Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Layla and for today's video I'm going to be going over my budget for June 2024 and this is my first full month being self-employed. Obviously I'm in a different filming location, but I'm actually at my sister's house. She is on vacation, so I am watching the dogs and unfortunately it's currently raining and storming, so don't have the best lighting, so apologies for any bad lighting or harsh lighting. I will try to fix it when I'm editing. Before I get to my financial goal for June and my budget, I do want to give a thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with me for this video. And if you're watching this on the day that I uploaded, which is May 31st, 2024, this is actually the final day that you can get Mint Mobile with a 6-month subscription to Paramount Plus Essential. But of course, no matter which day you're watching this, you can always get Mint Mobile for as low as $15 per month. Mint Mobile is built on the nation's largest 5G network, and you can get unlimited talk and text, high quality speed, data, and coverage, as well as access to 5G. Making the switch to Mint Mobile is also super easy. Just visit mintmobile.com/debtoverit, enter in a little bit of information, and then from there you can determine if your phone is eSIM compatible. If it is eSIM compatible, you can set things up right there, right from the comfort of your home. If your phone is not eSIM compatible, do not worry. They will send you a SIM card. You'll get it in a couple of days. It is free for them to ship that. And then again, you'll get to set everything up on your own from the comfort of your home. And you do get to keep your phone and you get to keep your current phone number. I've been using Mint Mobile for a couple of years now, and I love that I'm able to save money on my phone plan, but still get great coverage and everything that I need access to. And like I said before, today is the last day when you can take advantage of getting Mint Mobile for as low as $15 per month, plus a 6-month subscription to Paramount Plus Essential. But no matter what, if you are tired of paying way too much for your phone plan, then visit mintmobile.com/debtoverit. I also have that link down below in my description box, and you can go ahead and make the switch and save some money without sacrifice. Thank you again to Mint Mobile for partnering with me for this video, and now let's get to my goals for June as well as my budget. June is the first full month where I am self-employed, which is crazy. Over the last couple of weeks and of course going into June, my top priority is creating a new routine around being self-employed because I haven't quite figured that out yet, just because I'm so used to working a 9-to-5 job and then working so much on my business after hours and on the weekends. And now obviously I have the whole day to work on my business. So that's really important, and I'm really working on prioritizing the top areas that I want to work on, because there's so much that I could work on with my business that like I could fill all of my time up, you know? But I definitely want to focus on the most important areas and the areas that are going to help me to grow my business. And that kind of goes along with my first goal, which is to make at least $3,500 from my business income, and that's gross earnings. You'll see that when I go through my budget, I am going with $3,000, like expecting at least $3,000 of gross business revenue, because I'm pretty confident that I will at least hit 3,000. And whenever I'm budgeting, I do prefer to work with more conservative numbers just to be on the safe side. So I do want to aim for over 3,500 though. Ideally though, it would be closer to 4,000 or even over 4,000. That would help a lot. One day I do want my business to be generating quite a bit more money, of course, because that just provides financial stability and financial peace of mind. And I wouldn't say I'm at a point where I'm like stressing about any of that or concerned. This is very much the beginning, and I'm okay with things being a little bit lower. We're also going into a low revenue time of year. Like the summertime is usually a time where bloggers and content creators and influencers, whatever, they usually make a lower income because people are traveling, are on summer break, and yeah, it's just a known thing for revenue to be lighter in the summer months. So 3,000 is okay. That's what I like. I need 3,000, but I would prefer to be over 3,500. Second goal is that I want to be able to save to my 4 sinking funds that you'll see in my budget. So there are 4 sinking funds that I want to keep up with. I had talked about this in my updated goals video. I can link that video down below. But as I go through my budget, I'll bring this up again and show y'all the specific numbers that I want to be able to save in these areas, because if there are any line items in my budget that would have to give, like let's say I make less from my business, or if I have a larger expense come up, the area that's going to give are my savings, you know, like that's typically a normal thing that would happen. If you have to pay for something else, savings isn't absolutely necessary. So if I had to give that up, I could. So that's why it's a goal of mine to actually be able to put money toward those sinking funds, and specifically the numbers that I put in my budget. So with that, let's go ahead and hop to my spreadsheets so we can start going through the numbers. First of all, you'll notice that my budget looks a little bit different than how things have looked for the last few months, and that's obviously because I no longer have a full-time job and that income does not need to be accounted for. So now I have two sections. The top area is for business revenue, and then the bottom area is for payroll from my business. My business is set up as an S Corp, so that means I am on payroll through my business. I am the employer, but also the employee. So the top section is me as the employer, and then the bottom section is me as the employee, and that's how I am going to be paying for everything that I need to pay for. So let's start with the business side of things. For gross business revenue, as I said, I want to be on the more conservative side. I'm pretty positive I should make at least $3,000, so that's what I'm putting here, but the goal is to be over $3,500. I actually, for rollover business revenue, this is just money that's left in my checking account at the end of May. I think this will be lower. May was a little bit weird. May is always my lowest earning income month, so I'll give you my update next week for, May recap video. So yeah, I'm expecting about $600 to remain in my business checking account, so that's what I am putting here. And then I will be pulling from my business sinking fund, and that's going to be $1,000 because I have my $1,000 giveaway. That is, I'm going to announce the winner early June, and then once they respond, I'll send them the $1,000. So I'll show you where that's accounted for in my actual expenses. First expense on the business side would be payroll. As of right now, that is $2,000 per month. And then payroll taxes on top of that, $219. Distribution, I'm going to lower this for June. For the last few months, I've been doing $1,500, but I think I'm going to just go with $1,000. I'll see how things end up working out. I might increase this just depending on if I do have a higher business income, because I'll need to, you'll see when I get down to my other spending. Business expenses, like actual business expenses, that's going to be about $1,200, and this is where, so $1,000 of that is for the giveaway, and then that's where the business sinking fund comes in, because I have that money already saved and set aside. And then for actual business expenses, I am going to go meet with my CPA in June. I believe that will be around $150, maybe $200. I hope it's not more than that, but that's what they told me is about $150. But this is just to check in on how I have things set up for my business and talk about any other specifics, investing, health insurance, that sort of thing. Very important for me to meet with him, so I definitely want to do that as soon as possible. And then the final thing is insurance, which I'm now paying for myself, of course. That is going to be $99.28, and this covers health insurance as well as dental insurance. I am going to make a full video on this. Hopefully it will be in June. At the latest, it will probably be July, because what I want to wait for is to see how it covers my medication. I do have an autoimmune disease, and the medication that I'm on is very, very expensive, and that's what I'm most concerned about. As of me right now filming this, I have no idea if it will be covered. I have no idea what that's going to look like, just because we're still in May and I still have my insurance through my employer through the end of May. But I will say right now that I went through healthcare.gov and I got a high deductible plan. Unfortunately, they don't have the greatest options. It's very, very expensive. I didn't want to do Cobra. I'll definitely go into greater detail in the full video on this, because I feel like there's a lot to go over, and I can show you all the specifics of everything. But I will say right now that the reason that this is so low is because I took a tax credit. I put in what I expect my income to be for as a self-employed person, and because of that I got a $300 something tax credit, which is optional. You don't have to take it, but I did want to take it because I just have the money in savings now, and if I do have to pay this back, I'll pay it back. But for now, it saves me money. I have the money in savings, and I'll be gaining interest throughout the rest of the year, and we'll reevaluate next year. But I did receive a lot of comments in my I Quit video asking about what I'm doing for health insurance, so that is the answer. I went through healthcare.gov, and this is what I'm paying for health insurance as well as dental insurance. Okay, so let's go down to the employee side of things. So from business payroll, or basically just my paycheck, I get $2,000 gross. Distribution, I said I would do about 1,000, might be more, but for now I'm gonna stay on the low end. Extra income, I don't have anything there, but there will definitely be some extra income, at least a couple $100. From sinking funds, I put 100, and I'll talk about when those come in. Okay, first up is taxes, and this is payroll taxes plus what I set aside into savings for the distributions that I receive, and I pay quarterly estimated taxes, so that should be about $568.56. I did add a new line item here, and that is my brokerage. Right now I put this at $10 because I decided that any extra income that I receive, I want to put it to my brokerage with Vanguard. And I think it'll be more than $10. I just wanted to put a placeholder here. Maybe this will be like $50 or so. It just depends on my extra income, but I'm really not going to be investing in my brokerage account from my business revenue at this point. Okay, and then these 4 blue cells, these are the sinking funds that I was talking about. These are the sinking funds that I want to be able to save for in June. So we will see. First up, emergency fund, I would like to put at least $100 to that. Gift sinking fund, I want to continue doing $75 to that. Car/car maintenance sinking fund, $100. And then my car insurance sinking fund, I want to bump up to $125. That's the goal with each of those, and also why I want to increase my income from my business, because it will allow me to do that. Next is to donate. I want to keep that at $100 per month. Purple section is for housing. So first up is house/utilities. For me, that's $1,124. I do live with my boyfriend. We live in a house. And then actual household expenses, I'm budgeting $50. This is for like cleaning supplies, or if I buy like decor or stuff for the garden, anything like that. Orange section is for food. So first up is groceries. I am lowering this to $350, and that is because based off of what I spent in May, I'm pretty positive I can stay below this. I actually started a new workout program, and I've been eating like super clean, sticking to meal prep 100%, barely going out to eat. Actually have not gone out to eat at all in May, except for the very beginning. And for me, what works best is just eating the same thing every single day. It's not something that bothers me. I know it bothers a lot of people. I like to meal prep and just eat the same thing. It helps me to save money, and then obviously stay consistent with my fitness goals and stuff. So I think I can stay under $350 here. Next up is food out, and I lowered this to $30. I don't know if there will be any food out, but just wanted to put that in case. Next is gas for my car. I budgeted $65. Health and beauty, that will be about $200. I know I have a massage in June. I don't think I have any appointments outside of that. And then the rest is just for like vitamins and supplements that I may need to purchase. Next, dogs, $180. I send this money to my sister. Netflix is $23.48. Gym is $39.99. Personal spending, I'm putting it at $50. Car emission/registration. So this is something I always wait to do in July, but I should just go ahead and knock it out in June. So that will be about $50. My birthday is in July, so have to do this before my birthday. Yeah, car emissions here is like $20, $25 at the most, and then registration is like $21 and some change. And then last thing here would be gifts. For Father's Day, I suppose, it may be $0. I'm just putting it on here in case, and I budgeted $50. And this is where the $100 comes in from my sinking funds. I figured I would pull from my car sinking fund to pay for this if I need to, and then my gift sinking fund, of course, because that's what it's there for. But not too sure about that. I just put it so that this wouldn't be such a negative number, and this is what I was talking about. So if I can increase my income, I won't have a negative number here, but if anything has to give, it would be my savings, and you know, like one or the other, and I would be fine. But this also doesn't account for my extra income that I'll definitely be receiving, so I'm not really worried about it. Like, everything always works out, you know. And also, this negative number at the bottom does not mean I go into a negative balance in my checking account or anything like that. Like, just the way that it works. I mean, those who budget and deal with their finances, pay attention to their finances, y'all know what I mean. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna overdraft my account, anything like that. It's just a number for me to be aware of as I am budgeting. Altogether, I think this looks pretty good for my first full month being self-employed. I'm definitely still figuring things out. I'm very grateful that my health insurance is not as much money as I was expecting it to be, because that was something that was really stressing me out, and I think everything will work out. I feel pretty positive about getting the coverage that I need to for my medication, and if I don't, I'll just figure it out. It will be fine. There are other people who are self-employed and have autoimmune diseases and expensive medications and that sort of thing, so I am just trusting the process. But yes, that's everything for me for June. If you are interested in learning how to budget or coming up with a debt paydown plan, a savings plan, anything like that, then definitely check out my coaching packages. I am interested in expanding my coaching side of the business, so if you've been thinking about it and you want to support me in that endeavor, then definitely check out what I have to offer, or I would really appreciate it if you would share with friends or family. But otherwise, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of my journey. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one.